What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on my unpopular opinions. Even though I know nobody cares about them, I'm still gonna say them because it needs to be said. So let's get started. I got a whole list written out right here, so sit down and grab a snack because this is gonna be a good one.
Vampire color coupe, me and Stacy. Dash on a bitch, I don't care if niggas hate me. X6 lift, no belt, no safety. Bag on a bitch if the bitch wanna chase me. She wanna fuck, but that bitch not a 10 though. Please back up, bitch, hands out the benzo. Bitch got mad, put a stain on my window.
We're just gonna get right into it. For number one, an unpopular opinion. Well, I don't really know if it's unpopular because, like, I know a couple people think this, but, like, most people are kind of dumb to it, not about a lie. But your friends are usually not your friends. You might be friends, but when it comes to on a business level, it's really a different story. Basically, what I'm saying is, like, you can have friends or whatever, but they're not really your friends unless they actually support you. Like, I'm not saying everybody who doesn't support you isn't, like, you can't be friends with them or whatever, but I wouldn't be like buddy with them because if they're your friend, they should be able to support you. However, yes, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and like, if they don't like it, then they don't have to support it, and that's completely fine. But if they're your friend, then they'll be rocking with you, and I just think that is not okay. For a lot of people have been complaining about in this quarantine that, like, they haven't been talking to their friends and their friends are showing true colors. To be honest, that's always, like, I've always kind of noticed that throughout this whole year, like, or with anything that I try to do. Like, I make YouTube videos, my friends won't watch them or they won't post them or anything like that. Not saying you have to, but, like, you should know that all your friends are not gonna support you, and that's just how people are, and it really sucks, and I wish it wasn't like that, but that's the reality of it. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily depend on anyone other than yourself, and maybe like your siblings or something, because they're your siblings or whatever. But I wouldn't depend on anyone to help you grow other than yourself, because you have to do it. You have to sit down and do the research. Like, it's on you, baby girl. Another thing is, you are not in competition with your friends. Everything is not a competition. If there's anything I learned through all the business stuff that I've learned in high school, yes, I was in business academy and I also did project management training. Anything I learned is that you're not in competition with these people around you. If anything, you should be wanting everybody to be up. Like, how are you gonna make money if they're not making money? You know what I mean? Like, if you sell a product, you want people to buy it, don't you? How are they gonna buy it if they don't have any money to make to buy it? Like, you're not in competition with your friends, even if you are doing the same exact thing. Like, you think every business person is the only business person that they know? You think every lawyer is the only lawyer they know? No, it's not a competition. That's not literally how it works. And on the friends topic, another thing that is related to this is that being supportive to your friends does not stop you from being successful yourself. I really want people to hear me on this because people automatically assume that supporting them is knocking your own success. What? How does one relate to the other at all? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. If they're your friend or somebody that you support, regardless, that you like what they're doing, you know, you're into what they're about, how does supporting them knock your own success? Like, you shouldn't be afraid to support somebody just because you think that everybody you know is gonna go support them and not you. No, that's not how it works. If you want something, you need to work for it, just like everyone else. Another unpopular opinion I have is you do learn in high school. Okay, yes, I know people say they didn't learn anything. All they learned how to do was cheat or finesse their way through. And I get that, I really do. However, high school may not prepare you for college or anything after that. But in high school, you do learn things. You do learn how to deal with people, big groups of people, even when you don't want to. You learn how to network. Well, depending on where, like, what you do in school, like, everything you learn depends on what you do in school, basically. So I definitely learned how to network in high school. I learned how to be a business professional. I learned how to not let everything get to me. Like, learned everybody's not your friend. You learned so many things in high school. Even though people say they don't learn anything in high school, they're lying. They learn. They just don't learn how to do your taxes. High school, it just doesn't teach you that type of stuff, but it does teach you other things. Like, it teaches you how to stay on top of your work, which you're gonna need to do after high school. What I'm trying to say is you do learn in high school, and it keeps you from, it helps you understand that you will have to balance a lot of things at once. Because I know when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader and I had a job, so I didn't have any free time, to be honest. I had a little bit of free time, but I just really had to learn how to time manage myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just given to me like, figure it out, you know? This is gonna hurt a lot of y'all, I'm not about to lie. But just because you on trend does not mean you have style. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash nobody. I'm definitely not. Like, you like it, wear it. But don't be over here like you the flyest in the room, you telling people they can't dress and this and that. if all you do is dress trendy. Like, I can put on some biker shorts and a big t-shirt too. That doesn't make me out of style. That just means I know it's on trend, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm be honest, if I'm scrolling on Instagram sometimes, like on the explore page, or even people I follow sometimes, it's like, y'all are all wearing the same thing. Literally, y'all are all wearing the same thing. And that does not necessarily make you stylish. That makes you on trend. So on trend and stylish are two different things. Don't mix them up. Like, seriously, I don't think that. Sorry, but like, and I'm not saying I have better style than anyone. Literally, I have on a plain yellow shirt right now. Whatever, like, you don't have to be stylish all the time, but being stylish and being on trend is not the same thing. That's all I have to say on that. Another unpopular opinion I have is that clout does not make you better than somebody. If you have a lot of Instagram followers, or you have a lot of YouTube people, or like, basically if you have any platform, yes, you are influenced to somebody. That does not make you better than them. Remember that. And I know I will always remember that. Even though I don't really have influence or anything like that. Even if I do one day, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm better than you because nobody's caring about you. You have a little bit of followers. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make you better than anyone. And I know a lot of those big YouTubers out there, they be treating regular people like they ain't nothing, and that's not right. Like, without regular people, who would you be? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that having any type of clout anywhere, any platform, makes you better than anybody. Don't forget that. And don't let anybody who has that type of influence think that they're better than you and treat you any different. Along with that goes with money. I know that personally, my family did not grow up with, I did not grow up with a lot of money. Having a lot of money does not make you better than anybody else. Having a little bit of money does not make you lesser than anybody else. Like, people fail to realize that just because you don't have as much money as them does not mean you can't get anywhere in life. Does not mean you can't make more money than them when you get older. Like, if anything, not having money should make you want to work even harder so you do have money. And I know money does not run the world. I'm not saying that. However, money will get you the car you want to drive and the house you want to live in and the life you want to live. So it is important. Don't think just because you don't come from money that you're not going to be able to make money. You know what I'm saying? You can make opportunities for yourself. I know from experience because I don't come from money, and that's just on period. That's not how I was brought up. So I don't want anyone to think that just because your family doesn't have money, there's no hope for you. That's not true. I feel like I got through some like regular topics that I might get a little bit heat for, but I'm definitely going to get heat for what I'm about to talk about right now. First of all, if you're gay, if you didn't know, I'm gay. Yes, this is me coming out on my YouTube channel or whatever. Like, girls only, not men, not boys, nothing. If you're a gay girl, you need to support gay boys more than anybody else. You know why? Because they have it harder than you. They have it harder than any female that is gay. And I'll tell you why. Usually when you meet people or you hear something and you tell them that you're gay, they'll be like, oh, it's not that bad because you're a girl. Right then and there, that should tell you that if you were a boy, they will look at you different. And that's not right at all. Why should gay boys have any hate and gay girls don't? I'm not saying that gay girls don't have a heart, because if you're LGBTQ at all, then you're gonna have struggles in life. But what I'm saying is, if you're a gay girl and you see a gay boy doing bad, or like people are treating them bad, then you need to support them, trying to bring them up. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. And I'm not blocking out all the other parts of LGBT, non-binary, trans, anything. All of that is equal to me. I feel like you should support them too. But I'm personally just lesbian myself, so I'm just directing it towards gay men, if that makes sense. Now let's talk about race. As you can see, I'm black, African American, Black American. I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but you can see that black people, they don't have it like that. Like, if you're black, automatically you have to work harder than anyone that is not black. I'm sorry, but you have to. Like, and I'm not saying that's what any minority. But black people, I feel like people say that's the biggest one or whatever, or like there's so many black people. What I'm saying is, you need to start working hard. And you cannot use you being black as an excuse for you to not work hard, or to say you have it so bad, you're not good enough. No, because as you can see, there are plenty, and I mean plenty, of black successful people, and you can be one of them too. So I don't think you need to be using your race as an excuse to not work so hard and not reach for your dreams, because there's nothing stopping you, and your race is included. Most likely when you're black, you're just gonna have people that are not gonna support you and that are gonna be against you, period. And whatever you try to do, that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, if you want to do something, then you need to work hard and break through all the barriers, race, anything, especially if you're a girl, because you know how it is for girls out here of any race, any color, anything. Being pro-black pro-black people are everywhere. And if you're black, I feel like automatically you need to be pro-black and support black people around you regardless, and bring awareness to everything that's happening to black people out here, especially black men on the street. However, being pro-black does not mean you have to hate every other race. I can be as pro-black as I want, but does that mean I hate white people? No. For what? You could say that white people, when they do all this bad stuff, and you're right, majority of them are, but not all of them. You can't just automatically go meet somebody and assume that they're just whack because they're white. I don't agree with that necessarily, because how are we supposed to grow as a generation or as a people? We're supposed to grow together, right? If we're supposed to go together, then we need to work together to build each other up and not automatically assume prejudice. Yes, black people, majority of the time, automatically get racism from white people. However, that doesn't mean as a black person you should automatically hate white people. That's just not right. I don't think that's right, because little do you know, like, every white person is not like that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. And you also don't need to be afraid to say that you don't hate white people. Like, you don't have to hate white people to try to fit in, or like be like, oh, black people this, black people that. Yes, support black people, obviously, but does that mean you have to be friends or support white people who are not prejudiced or terrible towards you? No, it doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you don't have to pretend to hate all other races. You don't have to pretend to be pro-black to fit in. No, you can be pro-black without being negative towards other races. Sometimes you need to lighten up. If anything, they say this generation can't take a joke, and I agree. Like, you people act like it can't be funny. Like, I know y'all seen White Chicks when they was singing in that car. That was funny. Like, everything is not that serious, especially on TikTok nowadays. I see one little thing on TikTok, y'all go crazy. Like, I'm not about to lie, I've been going crazy, and I think that is just ridiculous. Like, it might be dark humor sometimes, but it's still funny. Like, back in the early 2000s, it was never that serious. It really wasn't. And I don't know if some of y'all think that's an issue or whatever. I get it, but if it's a joke, then bro, it's just a joke. It's not that serious. Like, sometimes it's funny. Sometimes you just have to lighten up. Like, seriously. Sometimes just look at it in a different light. Like, everything does not have to be so negative. And if you keep looking at it as being negative all the time, then we're never gonna get anywhere as people, especially in America, because you know America is it's embarrassing to be an American most of the time, not gonna lie. Like, it's kind of embarrassing because of the way we carry ourselves and go throughout the country. It's just really crazy. Like, other countries look at us and they're like, America, and I can't blame them. You know why? Because we did it to ourselves. Like, no lie, that's what we get. Like, for us to get a better reputation, then we need to start working hard. Another thing I wanted to talk about was money habits. A lot of people like to blame their money habits on some random stuff. Like, honestly, I don't even know. I can't even think of it right now. But a lot of people like to blame their money habits on other things when in reality, they're just not money responsible. You could say you needed all this stuff and you didn't mean to spend that much, but da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter what age you are. You need to have financial literacy and understand that you don't need to go out and buy food every day or every other day. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, we're just too grown for that. Like, not about to lie. Like, I'm not even saying you have to be grown. Like, I'm not even really grown myself. I'm only 18, so I'm barely reaching there. But I know that if I don't have a lot of money, or if I have something big coming up that I need to save up for, I'm not about to go out to eat with you. Like, you can say no. It's really okay. You can say no. It's not that serious. But yeah. Money habits are a big deal, and you need to take it seriously, because you might think it's okay. And I'm not saying don't live your young life. I'm not. I think you should always go out and do things as you're young and, you know, have experiences and stuff. But what I am saying is money and spending habits are up to you. If you want to have a lot of money, or you claim that you want to be a millionaire or whatever, you need to learn early and now that you cannot be spending all the time. Like, you have to save, or you have to invest in something that'll build you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go out and recklessly spend or go shopping every other week or whatever. Don't be complaining when your bank account is sour because you've been shopping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this just doesn't make sense. Okay, guys, that's all of my unpopular opinions today. I touched on race, your friends, business, LGBTQ. I touched on everything that I think I wanted to talk about in this video. I might just do another unpopular opinions video coming soon, but yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.